So today we are going to do this poem, The Highwayman. Okay. The Highwayman. Can you see the screen now, Nyasa? No, sorry, Tiasa. I just forgot it. Okay. Tiasa, can you see the screen now? Tiasa?
Yes.
Okay. You can talk at least. There's no problem in talking. Okay. So today we are going to do this poem, The Highwayman. Okay. And The Highwayman is a romantic poem. Okay. So in this poem, we see that how the girl sacrifices her life for the sake of her lover. Okay. And afterwards, the lover is also a true lover. So he also dies to take revenge for her lady love. Understood? Yeah, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a poem, which is basically a narrative poem. Okay. This poem is a narrative poem. Narrative in the sense that it is like a story. Okay. It is like a full story. And this story actually tells you, initially it tells you that how there are two people who love each other, and the highwayman is basically a robber. Okay, he is a basically a person who robs things. Okay, so he is actually he's shown to be very brave. Okay, he's a very brave man, and he has like everything. Like he has a sword with him, he has a gun with him, he has a horse with him. Okay, looks very attractive to young girls, that I can have a man who is so macho, he's so daring, okay, who does all these kind of things. Okay, so in the starting paragraph, we see that how this man who's riding a horse, he comes to meet her girlfriend, his girlfriend. Okay, and in the then actually this guy, highwayman, is a robber, and he's also most wanted criminal. Okay, he's also a criminal, so he's wanted by the king. The king wants to get him arrested. Okay, so somebody actually knows about his plan, that he's going to come and meet his girlfriend. So he goes and tells the king that this person is going to come to meet his girlfriend at so and so time. Okay, so the king sends his army to catch this person. Okay, this army comes in, they actually arrest and actually bound his girlfriend. Okay, so we will see the story that how he get the how, like, what happens, how does the girlfriend tries to save his boyfriend, and finally the guy also, he actually wants to take revenge from the king, so he goes out there, but the king kills him also. Understood? Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes.
the first paragraph is actually a lot of descriptive things are given here. This is actually trying to describe. This is a lot of imagery is used by the by the poet. So the first paragraph goes like this: the wind was a torrent of darkness. Okay, so you can do one thing, for your help. I can write down the meaning here, and if you want, you people can also write down the meaning here. Okay. So the wind was a torrent of darkness. Here, torrent actually means angry, you can say. Okay, yeah, uncontrollable. Okay, you can say uncontrollable. Okay, so you can say basically it was a very fast wind. Okay, which was flowing. So torrent basically meant when in anger. Okay, so the wind was a torrent of darkness upon the gusty trees. Okay, so gusty basically means here strong. Okay, so the strong breeze was actually blowing, and there were strong trees around. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Okay, there was a torrent of darkness. Okay, and when I use it was very deep dark. Okay, and a strong wind was flowing through the trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon. Now, galleon is basically a kind of boat. Okay, a big boat. It's a galleon. Okay, so basically the moon was shaped like a boat. Okay, understood?
Yes.
B-I. Yeah, we can just put it here. Boat. Okay. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon the cloudy seas. Cloudy seas means there was a lot of clouds, and among the clouds goes the moon. Okay. The shape of the moon, it is like a boat shape, and the moon is always like a boat shape, something like this. Okay. So they are
Yes.
trying to describe the moon also. The moon was something like this. Okay. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor. Now, moor basically is a grassland. Okay, it is a long area, like a long big grassland. You can say it is a moor. Okay, it is an open cultivated land. Okay, it's like a field which is open everywhere. Understood? So we can just put the meaning here. So moor is like a open cultivated fields. Okay. Okay. So this is the setting. The wind was a torrent of darkness among the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight over a purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the old inn door. Okay, understood this paragraph?
Yes.
So now we are going to talk about his attire, what he was wearing. Okay, so this will actually make him look like a real Hindi movie hero. Okay. So he had a French cocked head on his forehead. Okay. So French cocked hat is basically a triangular kind of a hat. Okay. A triangular hat. Okay. You can call it a triangular hat basically. Okay. Pointed. It is basically pointed in front. Okay. It is generally pointed in front. Understood? Let me take it a little here. Okay. So he had a French cocked hat on his forehead, a bunch of lace at his chin. Obviously, the hat was tied here around his chin. Okay. A coat of claret velvet. Now, claret is basically red. No? You know the color claret? Yes, you know it?
Yes.
It's dark red. Okay.
Yeah,
The
it's a
coat,
kind of dark red color.
yeah, kind of dark red color. Yes. The coat of the claret velvet and breeches of brown doe skin. Now, what are breeches?
Breech, it's a part of a gun.
No, 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 no. Breech is not a part of a gun. It's basically like you can say breeches are basically where you store your bullets. Okay, it's breeches like a
Right.
place where you store your bullet, and they are generally trousers that go down the knee. Also, you can store your bullets. Okay, it's a place where you can actually store your bullets. Okay, they are
We
stored
can load
bullets.
the bullets there.
Yeah, no, you cannot load it. You load the bullet in the gun. You can store the bullet. It's a place where you can actually keep your bullets. Okay,
Oh,
they fitted with never a wrinkle. Okay, now this breeches are basically they are also like trousers that go down to the knee, and they fitted him with never a wrinkle. Okay, his boots were up to the thigh, long boots he was wearing, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle. His pistol birds a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle under the jeweled sky. Now, twinkle basically means here smilingly. Okay, like a star. Okay, he was actually very happy. Okay, now you know what is a rapier? Rapier is a sword. Okay.
yeah, it's a long, thin sword.
Yeah, it's a long thin sword. So rapier is a hilt. Hilt is the basically the top part of the sword. It also was shining. His pistol butt was also shining under the jeweled sky. Over the cobbles he clattered and clashed in the dark in yard. Now, what a cobble? Yeah, cobbles, you know,
No,
they are small round stones. Okay, they are small cobbles, stones. He clattered and clashed in the dark in yard. Basically, he came in almost inside the inn yard. Okay, he actually banged on the door ferociously, and he tapped with his whip on the shutter. Now, whip, you know, whip. What is a whip? You know,
no.
basically a leather belt, kind of a hunter. We call it in a like normal language, hunter. Okay, so with which actually you can beat the animals and ask them to move in the direction you want them to move. Okay, so he tapped with his whip on the shutter, but all was locked and barred. Barred means absolutely closed and secured. Okay, everything was secured, so nobody could enter. Okay, that means her love was actually imprisoned there. Okay, somebody has imprisoned her there. Okay, she was secured and closed. He whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there? And so he gave up his signal. Okay, there was a signal for him. So he gave up a signal. He whistled a tune to the window. And who should be waiting then? Who was there? But the landlord's black-eyed daughter. Okay, the landlord's daughter was actually waiting for him. Her name was Bees. Okay, Bess. You can also say Bees, yeah, Bess, whatever. The landlord's daughter Plaiting a dark red love knot into her long black hair. You know what is the plaiting, hair plaiting?
Yes.
What is that?
Like we like plait our hair
Yeah, you do,
into like
twist, na? Twist two or three hairs like together, na?
yes.
है ना? तो जिसको like in Hindi we call choti banana, na? Right? It is that plaiting, ठीक है?
Yes.
A dark red love knot in her long black hair. Okay. And dark in the old inn yard, a stable wicket creak. Okay. So a stable wicket is basically a door or gate in a stable. Okay. There is a door or gate in a stable. Okay. So basically there is a person who is there inside the, not inside the inn yard, but very close to the inn yard. Okay. He was actually eavesdropping. Okay. He was actually trying to listen to what this young couple is talking. Okay. The Tim the ostler listened. You know what is the ostler? We actually came in that story also, na? Ostler.
Yes, a person who takes care of horses.
Yes, one who takes care of horses, na? One who we can write cares for horses. Okay, so we saw that in that story also. Okay, so where Tim the ostler listened, his face was white and peaked. Peaked means he was actually he was
Pale.
actually in anger. He was actually very angry because the highwayman was actually talking to that to that lady. Okay, and this Tim,
Yeah.
he also was a lover of that girl. Okay, he also loved the landlord's daughter, so he was not very happy that the
Yeah.
highwayman was there. Okay, his eyes were hollows of madness, his hair like moldy hay. Okay, like his hairs were infected by bacteria. But he loved the landlord's daughter, the landlord's red-lipped daughter. Dumb as a dog, he listened and he heard the robber say. So he was standing there and was hearing what the robber has to say. Okay. So now the robber and the landlord's daughter are talking, and he says, "One kiss, my bony sweetheart. I am after a prize tonight." So he's saying that today I have to go for a loot. Okay. I will go somewhere because there is a loot available. I'll go and just snatch those things. Okay. So one kiss, my bony sweetheart. He's saying, I just need one kiss from you, and I'm after a prize tonight. And today I have to go for a loot. But I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. He's saying that today I'm going to go, I'm going to do my loot, and I'm going to come back, take a with lot of gold. Okay. So perhaps he was trying to take the daughter with him tomorrow because he will have a lot of money and they were planning to elope from there. Okay. So he's telling him that tonight you just kiss me, give me a good luck kiss, and I'll go after the prize, I'll go after the loot, and I shall be back with yellow gold before the morning light. Okay, by tomorrow morning, I will be here back. Yet, if they press me sharply and harry me through the day, basically saying, yet if this the king's men they come to know about me, and if they harass me, then I will not come tomorrow morning. Then look for me by moonlight. Because if there is any problem in the streets, and if by chance I cannot come during the day, I will definitely be there by moonlight. By moonlight, okay. Watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight. Thou hell should bar the way. So he's saying, no matter what happens, I am definitely going to come to meet you in the night. Okay, no matter what happens. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Clear? He
Yes.
rose upright in the stirrups. You know what is the stirrups?
It's like a metal ring.
Yeah, metal rings to help you climb the horse. No? So it's a
Yeah.
metal rings of horses. You know? It helps you to climb. Okay. So he rose upright in the stirrups. His scars could reach a hand, but the casement, the window was so far ahead that even if he tried to rise upright, he could not touch her. Okay. So it was very difficult to touch the lady. So what the lady did, she loosened her hairs. Okay. She actually made the hair to fall down the casement. Okay. The window. Casement are the windows. Okay. So the lady actually threw her hairs down the window. She loosened her hair in the casement. His face burnt like a brand as the block cascade of perfume came tumbling over his breast. Okay. So now when with the hair came the smell of the hair. Okay. Of the, basically of the aroma, or you can say of the nice perfume. It came down. Okay. It actually flew down, and the robber could actually smell it. Okay. And he kissed its wave in the moonlights, or sweet black waves in the moonlight. Then he tugged at his rein in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. So rein is basically horses. That is the the horses strings, you can say. Okay, which actually you ride. You hold that rein and you ride. Okay, so we can say those are horses string. Understood? Now you tell me what happened. Can you tell me
Yes.
the summary till here? What happened?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
so at first the
Yes.
highwayman comes riding up to
Hmm.
the old inn door,
Hmm.
and then it has been described what kind of clothes he was wearing. He was wearing a triangular hat which was pointed in front. He was
Hmm.
wearing a dark red coat, and he had a like breeches of brown doe skin. That meant he had gun where we can store the bullets. He had boots up to his thigh. He
Hmm.
rode with a smile, which was like a star. Then it is talking about how he came to the old inn door. He came over the round stones and clashed in the darkened yard.
He came with an
And then,
authority. You can add here. He came with an authority. Okay. Actually, he was not afraid of anybody. Definitely not afraid
yes,
of the landlord. Okay. Because the landlord, what the landlord has done, he has actually bolted up his daughter. Okay. So he was not afraid of the landlord. So he came with an authority. Okay.
yes.
Hmm.
Then he tapped with a leather belt on the shutters, but it was all closed and secured. And as a signal, he tuned the window so that the landlord lady can come up. And the name of the landlord lady was Bess, who was waiting for the highwayman. She
Correct.
was plaiting a dark red love knot with a ribbon into her long black hair. Then it's talking about Tim. Tim was an ostler who was listening to the conversation between the highwayman and Bess. He was very pale, he was very angry because he was also in love with Bess, but Bess did not have any feelings for Tim. He had
So we can say
only,
Tim is the villain here.
yes,
Okay. And what he did, he actually eavesdrop. Na? Eavesdrop basically means he was listening to their talks. Okay. And he
yes,
is the person, he told that the highway door, he told the king that the highwayman will come there tomorrow night. Okay. Okay. So he actually spilled the
yes,
beans. Okay. Told the king about the
yes,
highwayman.
yes.
Okay.
And
Yes.
in the next paragraph, it's talking about how highwayman is asking for a kiss as a good luck kiss so
Correct.
that he can like go and rob, and when he can come back together they can elope from there.
Very good. Very good. So this is the part two now. Okay. Now the scene has changed in the part two. The king has come to know that the highwayman is going to come there. Okay. Tim has done his wickedness. He has actually informed the king, and the king men have come here. Okay. So he did not come in the dawning. That is early morning. He didn't come. He did not come at noon. Okay. And out the tawny sunset. So tawny, you know what is tawny basically? Tawny is orange brown. Okay, tawnies are basically orange. You know what happens when the sun sets? Everything becomes a little orange. Okay, so orange brownie you can say. Okay, so tawny sunset before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy ribbon, looping the purple moon. Looping basically means curving. Okay, the road was a curve. Okay, it was like a curve. The road was just curvy. Okay, a red coat troop came marching. Now, red coat troop is basically the army of the king. Okay, the army of the king, it came marching inside the inn. Okay, now they are actually going to catch hold of the girl. Okay, the red coat are the army of the king. Yeah, you can say the soldiers of the king. Okay, the soldiers of the king. Okay, so red coat troop came marching, marching and marching. King George men came marching. Now you can actually remember the name. The name of the king is King George. Okay, so you should remember this also. King George men came marching up to the old inn door. They said no words to the landlord. They drank his ale instead. Okay. So they also didn't say anything to the landlord because they had the authority of the king. They drank his ale instead. What is an ale? Ale is a type of a beer. Okay. So they were actually merrymaking. Okay. What happened here? Why this has got stuck? My God. Okay. Huh. So ale is basically a kind of beer. Okay. A type of beer. Okay. They said no word to the landlord.
Okay.
They drank his ale instead, but they gagged his daughter and bound her to the foot of the narrow bed. Now, gagged basically means they actually stuffed her mouth with clothes. Okay, she cannot speak loudly. And bound her to the foot at the narrow bed. Mane, they actually tied her to a narrow bed. Okay. Two of them knelt at the casement. Casement, as I told you, is a window. So two of the soldiers, they knelt at the casement, okay, with musket at their side. There was death at every window. Now, this is personification. There was death at every window and hell at one dark window. For bees could see through the casement the road that he would ride. Okay. Now, the place where bees is sitting, actually, there was, he could see the way from where the highwayman is going to come. Okay. Now, these people have actually, if you see in your book, there is a photograph also. Na? If you see, there is a photograph where they have actually tied a gun to her. Okay. And the, and the muzzle
Yes.
of the gun is in front of her chest. Okay. So if this girl
Yeah.
actually somehow, if she could actually, shoot, she could die there. Okay. So they are tied her to a tension with many a sniggering jest. Now, sniggering jest is basically, you can say, unpleasant jokes. Okay. So these people were actually making unpleasant jokes at the girl. Okay. So they tied her to the up to attention with many a singing jest. They bound her musket beside her. Musket is a gun. It's a long gun. Okay. With the barrel beneath her breast, and the barrel of the gun was here, somewhat here, okay, on her chest. Now keep good watch. And they kissed her. She heard the dead men say, look for me by moonlight, watch for me by moonlight. I'll come to thee by moonlight, though hell should bar the way. Okay. Now they are actually repeating these words. And how do they know these words?
To Tim.
Yeah, Tim has actually gone and spilled the beans, spilled the beans basically. So he has told them that he is definitely going to come by moonlight. Now, this girl is trying to save her love. How? She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. Okay. So she was actually so securely tied that no matter what she did, her hands were not becoming free. She tried a lot. Okay. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat and blood. I mean, she tried so much that actually sweat or maybe perhaps the blood came out of her veins. Okay. They stretched and strained in the darkness, and the hours crawled by like years. Okay. Each second was very important, and it was passing like an year. Till now, on the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of one finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. Now, what is the meaning of this? Can you tell me, Piasa?
Yes.
What is the meaning of these
The
lines?
tip of one. Yes, the tip of one finger touched it. That means the tip of her finger touched the
That trigger.
guns.
The trigger.
Yeah, the
Okay.
trigger.
Yeah, because
Yes.
her finger was one finger was loose, and that finger actually reached the trigger. So she could actually,
Yes.
she could actually press the trigger now. Okay,
Yeah.
the tip of one finger touched it. She strove no more for rest. Up she stood up to attention, and the barrel beneath her breast. Okay, now when she was actually capable of now pressing the trigger, she actually became more attentive. Okay, she now knew that if the guy comes very near to her, she could actually press the trigger and make some sound and make him aware that there are people who are ready to shoot him. Okay, so she would pass it like a signal. Okay, she would not risk their hearing. She would not strive again. Now, she doesn't want to move a lot, because if she moves a lot and the soldiers come to him, they will understand that she has actually made herself loose. So she just sit it there with patience. Okay, she did want to attract the attention of the soldiers now. Okay, for the road lay bare in the moonlight, blank and bare in the moonlight, and the blood of her veins in the moonlight throbbed to her love's refrain. Now she was actually praying that somehow her love doesn't come this way today. It would be good if he doesn't come today. Okay, so she was praying to God that perhaps he doesn't come, he doesn't keep his promise, and doesn't come here to meet her today. Okay, but this was unfortunate. He actually came because he promised. And clot, 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 had they heard it, the horse hoofs ringing clear. And again, the highwayman had actually, he was actually heard the hoofs of the horse could be heard by everybody. Okay. And they now knew that highwayman was coming in. Clot, clot in the distance were the deaf that they did not hear. So basically means only the deaf could not hear the hoofs of the horse. Okay. Everybody could clearly listen to it. Down the ribbon on moonlight, over the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding, riding and riding. The red cloak looked to their priming. Now, priming basically means making guns ready. Okay, priming basically means they were ready with the guns. Okay, the soldiers now know that the highwayman is near, so they actually made their guns ready. Okay, making guns ready to shoot the highwaymen. Tlot, tlot in the frosty silence, plot, plot in the echoing night. Nearer he came and nearer. Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then a finger moved in the moonlight. Her musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. Okay, now what happened here, Tiasa?
So in this paragraph, the highwayman came,
Yes,
and as he was coming, nearer he came and nearer. Bess's face was like a light. So on seeing this thing, her eyes grew wide for a moment, and then she drove one last deep breath because she knew she was going to die.
correct.
And then her finger moved in the moonlight.
Of
And
course, he was nervous,
she,
na? Of course, he was nervous.
yes,
You know, it's not easy to kill oneself. Okay. But
yes. So
the
she
love,
pressed the trigger.
yeah, she
Yeah,
pressed the trigger and
but
she
she,
died.
yes,
But in the process, what she did, she actually warned the highwaymen that there is a danger around. And if you can hear the sound of the gun, you should actually leave that place that time only. Okay.
yes.
So as soon the highwayman heard the sound of the gun, he turned. He spurred to the west. He ran from there. He did not know who stood, bowed with her head over the musket, drenched with her own red blood. So he did not know actually what happened. He didn't know who actually shot. Okay, who did shot the gun. He actually thought that some of the soldier tried to fire at him and that bullet missed. But that is not what had happened. The sound had come from the shot of a gun which the girl has shot on herself. Okay. So not till the dawn he heard it. Not till the dawn he heard it when the news came in the morning. Okay. He overheard somebody. Somebody told him in the morning that what had happened. And the girl, in the process of saving the highwayman, had actually killed herself. Okay. His phrase grew great to hear. How best the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had watched for her love in the moonlight and died in the darkness there. Okay. So now in the morning when the story was making rounds that the daughter of the inn owner, she actually killed herself to save you, to save the highwayman. Obviously, the highwayman was mad. Okay. Back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky. Shrieking basically means crying loudly, okay, to the sky. White with the white road smoking behind him and his rapier brandished high. Rapier again is a sword. Blood red were his spurs, the golden loom. Wine red was his velvet coat when they shot him down on the highway. Now, what actually happened? This army people, they knew that he's going to come for revenge, so they were waiting for him. Okay, and when he came there for a fight, they actually shot him. Okay, they shot him on the highway, down like a dog on the highway, and he lay in his blood on the highway with a bunch of lace at his throat. Okay, So they are again describing his dress, that he always used to wear that hat. And today also, while he was dying, when he was killed, the hat was there again, and his lace was there, tied on at his throat. Okay. Now what is happening? The final two paragraphs. And still of a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees. Okay. So still they remember all the village people, the folklore, that whenever the winter nights are there, and when the wind is in the trees, when the moon is a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight over the purple moor, a highwayman come riding, riding, riding. A highwayman comes riding up to the old inn door. So basically, these are the spirits. Okay, they're talking about the spirit of the highwayman, which comes still seeking the love of her beloved. Okay. Over the cobbles, he clatters and clangs in the darkened yard, and he taps with his whip on the shutters, but all is locked and barred. He whistles a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but the landlord's black-eyed daughter, Bess, the landlord's daughter, plaiting a dark red love knot in a long black hair. Okay, so the folklore is that still the highwayman, like on the winter evening, he comes riding to the inn, and there actually the girl is also waiting for him. Okay, so this is the folklore which goes on. Okay, and the story still lives. Okay, this has become a, what do you say, a legend of a love story. Okay, people still they sing and they talk about the love story. Okay, so this is a folklore now going on. Understood? Yasa?
Yes. Yes.
So this is for you. So I'm going to stop the video.